Hey guys, my name is Alex.
And I'm John. We're from Roofing Marketing Pros, and we're here to show you how to make a video that will give you the results you're looking for.
First and foremost, there are some basic steps that will change your mindset about how to create videos. These tips are fundamental and will make shooting videos easier for you, easier for the editor, but most importantly, it will give you the tools you need to be able to create videos that sell. Here are the 3 steps that will get you a good quality video.
Step number 1, pre-production. Planning out exactly what you're going to say and do is the single most important step to making a good video. Step number 2, filming techniques. Some basic filming techniques that will help improve the quality and look of your videos. Step 3, gathering extra content. In the film world, we like to call it B-roll. It's such an important part of adding value to your video, and we'll get into exactly what this is towards the end of the video.
So what is pre-production and why is it important? Pre-production is having all the aspects of your video planned out even before you step foot on your set. It's important because it gives you the security that your video will come out good if you plan ahead. First step of pre-production is knowing your message. So what are you trying to communicate in this video? In my experience, it's best when you write down exactly what you want to say. Then you can later embellish it or change things around if you don't really feel you like them that much. But it's the best to come with a solid idea in hand. Be prepared. Once you know what you're going to talk about, you can move on to the most important questions, like for example, what am I going to need to shoot this video? What do I need to bring? What's the weather gonna be like that day? Is it going to be too noisy while the roofers are working? Or maybe the house has a dog that just won't stop barking. Use your resources to add value. Knowing these things in advance puts you in a huge advantage. For example, if you know you're gonna be talking about shingles, make sure you have some new shingles to compare to the damaged ones, so that way the viewers can see the difference more clearly. Bring whatever materials or resources you think can add value to your video. Listen, that doesn't mean you have to buy a bunch of equipment, it just means you need to get creative and think about the things to shoot that correlate to the message of the video.
Now on to step 2, and this one is important to pay attention to because these tips and tricks to filming techniques will take your videos from a 3 or 4 to a 10 out of 10. First things first, what makes the quality of a video better than another one? Well, it's an answer you already know, your camera. Nowadays, with how much technology is advancing, a newer smartphone will get the job done. But getting yourself a nice point and shoot camera will usually give you better quality video. Now into techniques. When you're shooting with your camera, you're going to want to keep a few things in mind. Holding and using your camera. For all of you using your phone to shoot videos, please always use it horizontally. Vertical videos automatically make editing and creating good video content impossible. Make sure you don't start filming vertically and then go oops and switch it horizontally. Cut the video and restart with the camera horizontally from the beginning. Now, if you have someone handling the camera for you, that's great, but they shouldn't just be holding the camera without thinking about it. Filming is about looking at things through a lens, so they should be locked into the viewfinder of the camera or phone and not looking over or around the camera. They should be steady and all the movement should be really slow. And they should always be keeping the subject in the same part of the frame, usually the center. Now, if you're holding the camera yourself, go ahead and get yourself a tripod or at least a monopod, aka a selfie stick. This will make your videos steadier and cleaner. Make sure you hold it nice and steady and try not to move around too much. Earlier we mentioned to check the weather. This is because lighting and sound are so crucial. In a perfect world, you would pick a day that's sunny and not windy. This can be controlled in pre-production. You want to make sure your subject is well lit and that the shot is aesthetically pleasing. A small step to making a good shot when your host is in the center of the frame is by using symmetry. When you have someone directly in the center of the frame, it's basically like saying, look at this and this only. So when you make the shot symmetrical, for example, two windows that are equidistant while your subject is in the middle makes it feel good for the viewer, and it's less distracting than when it's not symmetrical. Another important rule is a rule of thirds. This is a rule that all filmmakers and videographers are familiar with. When you're filming, there's an invisible grid that breaks up your frame into 9 squares and 4 intersecting points in the center. We discovered that when you're filming someone to the side of the frame, whatever the focus is should be in one of the intersecting points of the grid. This makes shots look more cinematic and professional, and it's pretty easy. Here are a few examples for you to look at. Now onto the next technique, which is sound. Whoever your spokesperson is should be loud and clear and should never turn their backs to the camera while talking, because this causes problems with the sound. There shouldn't be any drilling or hammering sound overpowering your spokesperson. The quieter the set, the better your message will come across, which leads me to sound. Now, there are some great microphone options for smartphones and for small cameras. I'll leave a few of the products that we recommend in the description. But the important thing is sound is a priority. Keep it in mind during your pre-production stage. The more controlled your sound is, the better your video will come out.
Last but not least, we're going to talk about gathering extra content, also known as B-roll, outside of the pitch speaking parts. This small step is crucial to giving your viewers a clearer view of the message. This usually goes hand in hand with pre-production, but this is where we get creative. If you want to give examples of things in your speech, rather than filming them as you speak, you want to do this actually separately. So take some shots individually of what you want to show. You want to be thoughtful on how you want to shoot these things and always keep the flow going. This is the time where you have to get creative. Take a shot of a beautiful day and the house in the background. Take a shot of your guys unloading the truck. A shot of the old shingle versus the new shingle, and so on and so forth. Filming these things shouldn't be a one and done type of deal. Take a lot of footage, take each idea and shoot it 3 or 4 different ways. Even with your spokesperson's speech, shoot it a few times until you feel you got it right. This gives the editor a lot more to work with and adds a ton of production value to your video.
Wrapping up the video, we want you to keep these 3 things in mind: pre-production, filming techniques, and B-roll content. Guys, that's everything that we have for you today. So from Roofing Marketing Pros, I'm John.
I'm Alex.
And we look forward to seeing your amazing videos soon.
And that's a cut.